Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off best friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone. It's so cold outside, I'm alone. Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way. Even when I'm feeling down, I fight. Even when I don't know what is right, I'ma pick a side and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shape me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone. It's so cold outside, I'm alone.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NEXXTCAR Racing League here on iRacing. Tonight, the NEXXTCAR Truck Series heads back to a track that measures just shy of a mile in length. It's time to go short track racing NEXXTCAR style at Lucas Oil IRP. This 0.7 mile track has certainly provided some great racing since its introduction to the NASCAR community in 1960. NASCAR has certainly had its memorable moments here, and last season, so did NEXXTCAR. Last season, Robert Asong survived the crazy one here as chaos ensued behind him. As darkness fell onto the track last season, the sparks and tempers lit up the sky like the 4th of July. Peyton Tulloch and Robert Babcock found themselves in a heated battle that ultimately reached its peak on the last lap. Tonight, are we in for some more hard beating and banging racing like last season's IRP race, or will the drivers calm things down for tonight? Will the NEXXTCAR Truck Series have its 4th new winner of the season to open up Season 2, or will Norman, Tucker, or Diamond take that ride to victory lane? Will tempers flare? Will the sparks fly? Who is gonna survive here in Indianapolis? This is NEXXTCAR, and this is Lucas Oil IRP.
It has to happen. Gotta prove myself. It has to happen like this, like this. You're going up against the greatest, and it's gonna get messy. If you wanna try to test me, you're going up against the greatest,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to week number 4 of the NEXXTCAR Truck Series. Tonight, as you can see it here in practice, these drivers are going to have their hands full around this 0.7 mile track of Lucas Oil Raceway IRP. Last season, this race provided some great racing. We mentioned it in the introduction. Peyton Tulloch and Robert Babcock found themselves at the height of their frustrations together on that last lap heading into turn number 3, coming to that checkered flag. It all boiled over, and Peyton Tulloch's decision to take out Robert Babcock ultimately cost him the championship there in Season 1. But tonight, we have got a lot to go over before this race starts. We've talked about it. Season 2, things were going to be different here with the rules. We were going to have to set a precedence here in NEXXTCAR with the aggressive driving, the not so great decision making, and that has been made after last week at Phoenix, as Robert Babcock, a name you have heard a couple times tonight here in this intro, has been suspended for one race here in the NEXXTCAR Truck Series for tonight. He will not be participating in this race following his actions at Phoenix last week. Under absolutely no circumstances is it honorable to intentionally wreck another driver. Well, Robert Babcock decided to do that last week, and he is currently sitting on the bench this week here at Lucas Oil. But folks, we are going to have ourselves a great race tonight. You can see it. These drivers, it's slick. They're struggling. They're wrecking. And usually that means we're in for one great race here tonight. Let's go ahead and let's get your ticker up here to see who's putting down your fastest lap so far tonight. And that is going to go to the way of David Chandler in that number 1 with a 22.24 with just over 2 minutes left here in practice. Ronnie Norman 2nd, Toby Kelsey 3rd, Matthew Tucker 4th, and Peyton Tulloch, the other guy on the other end of that boiling over with the tempers flaring last week here at Lucas Oil, is rounding out your top 5. But right now, we got 24 truck drivers out there on this track here. We've talked about it. Short track racing, NEXXTCAR style, baby. It's time to get it going here around this 0.7 mile track. This track measures just under a mile in length. And when you go short track racing, well, tempers are gonna flare. The sparks are gonna fly. And it was prime example last week and last season here at Lucas Oil. Last week at Phoenix was an absolutely amazing race. We saw 2 teammates coming down to the wire for that checkered flag, battling bumper to bumper, and then a 3-wide finish for second as Mitch Diamond was able to survive the crazy one out in the desert at Phoenix. Those drivers had the first caution of the night last week on lap 1 heading into turn number 1, but then they were somehow able to clean it up for 57 green flag laps. Absolutely amazing performance by each and every one of those Truck Series drivers last week, but tonight, can they back it up once again here in this one? But folks, they have just under a minute left here in practice. But right now, David Chandler, Norman, Kelsey, Tucker, and Tulloch leading your standings here in practice. But we've talked about it. The rules. You know, penalties were going to be stiffer this season. This is no longer a rookie season for us on iRacing. And the admins made that well known. People were warned at the beginning of the season. Well, people still decided to take matters into their own hands, and we felt that the decision had to be made. The precedents needed to be set, and yeah. So that is exactly why you are not going to see Robert Babcock out here on this track tonight. I'm not sure if Nicholas Trudeau is going to be making it or not. I know that some things were being looked at him as well, and I'm not sure if he's going to be joining us or not. I'm not sure what the final decision was on his suspension or not tonight. But yeah, a lot of things happening this week in NEXXTCAR. Absolutely a crazy week. You know, between the Cup Series, the Truck Series, the Modifieds, just absolutely craziness here from Wednesday night all the way to Sunday morning here. No one really knowing who was going to be suspended, what penalties were going to be handed out. Well, now we do, and it is time for qualifying, folks, here at Lucas Oil Raceway in Indianapolis, Indiana. Let's go ahead and check out your point series standings here tonight. Let's go ahead and get those things up here. You got Ronnie Norman leading the standings here with 108 points. Brandon Dunford in second with 94. And then right behind him, your Season 1 Cup Series champion Matthew Tucker with 91. Nick Trudeau, we were just talking about him possibly being suspended. I'm not sure what the final verdict on that was, but if he does get a suspension, he is currently tied for third in the points. So this will be a huge deficit and hole that he's going to have to dig himself out of, tied with Matt Tucker with 91 points. Then Jonathan Wright in fifth with 82 points. Andrew Bolander sixth with 80. Peyton Tulloch 76, sitting in seventh. And then Toby Kelsey, J.D. Larson, both tied for 73 points for eighth. And then John Turner rounding out your top 10 with 72. And then you can go ahead and look down through the rest of the field there. But yeah, we've talked about it. The Nick Trudeau, we talked about his possible suspension. If that does get upheld, he is going to find himself in a deep hole, as he is still within that championship battle. You know, he's only currently sitting 17 points behind your leader, so that would be a huge blow to him if he is unable to race tonight. We talked about Robert Babcock being suspended. Back there and tied for 21st with 54 points. So, you know, both these guys are going to have some huge deficits that they're going to have to try to overcome moving through the rest of the season. I mean, this is the fourth race this season. So, you know, time's running out here. We're going to have only 6 more races left after this one. So these drivers are going to have to pick it up here heading into the second half of the season if they are going to try to overcome these penalties tonight. But I have no doubt that they both can. Trudeau and Babcock, they're great racers. They're fast, and I have absolutely no doubt that they can overcome these penalties and try to make the most of it and learn from it. But let's go ahead and check out your team point standings as well. On the left-hand side, you can see the Truck Series, American Badass Racing Team leading the way with 381 points. They got themselves a big gap to HVAC Motorsports back in second, with Blue Collar Racing in third. Then you got Fifth Gear Racing fourth, American Defenders Racing back in fifth, and then Redline Racing rounding out your team standings. And then on the other side of things, on the Cup Series, American Defenders Racing leading the way with 331, and then American Badass Racing, the Truck Series, leading. But right now in the Cup Series, they're sitting in second with 315, and then HVAC, Redline, Fifth Gear, and Blue Collar Racing rounding out the rest of your Cup Series standings. But folks, qualifying is currently going on here at Lucas Oil, so let's head back down to the track and let's check out your information for tonight here in Indianapolis, Indiana. 150 laps here tonight in week 4 out of 10 for Lucas Oil Raceway. Temperature currently sitting at 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Your track temperature sitting at a 73 degrees. So this track is cool, but it's just enough there where these drivers are going to be slipping and sliding coming out of turn number 2 and 4, but it's going to get cooler as that sun goes down and the track lights come on. That's going to add a lot more grip, and folks, that is when the racing truly gets exciting. They're going to have partly cloudy skies here with 3-mile-an-hour winds for the HVAC Short Track 105, presented by HVAC Designs and W Energy. HVAC Designs, created and owned by Matthew Erickson, your Season 1 Truck Series champion. He has painted a bunch of these trucks and cup cars that you're going to see out tonight and tomorrow night and on Tuesday with the modifieds. He does an absolutely amazing job, so if you guys are looking for cars to get painted or trucks or whatever the vehicle is, Matthew Erickson can hook you up. So let me know in the comments and I will point you to his direction. And then W Energy coming back on board with the NEXXTCAR Racing League as well. If you guys don't know them, they're a G Fuel style energy based formula. You mix it with your water. They got about 7 different flavors going on, so they are absolutely great as well. But HVAC Designs, welcome to Season 1 here, buddy. Glad to have you on board, Matt, and you have been a huge part of this league, and I can't wait to see what our relationship goes on between HVAC Designs and the NEXXTCAR Racing League. But folks, let's go ahead and let's get your qualifying standings up here and see who is going to be grabbing that pole. Picking up right from where he left off in practice, David Chandler putting down a 22.18 for your pole right now with Ronnie Norman. Take that back. Jonathan Wright is going to jump up there to second with a 22.23. Ronnie Norman third, as Song fourth, and Matthew Tucker rounding out your top 5. But folks, we have just crossed over that 5-minute marker. You guys know what that means. If you guys are new to NEXXTCAR, we do an hour from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern for practice, 9 p.m. to 9:05. These drivers have to qualify, and then at 9:05 p.m., we start your drivers' meeting, and then these drivers turn the engines on, and they head to the grid at 9:10 p.m. Eastern. So, folks, let's head down to the track, and let's get your drivers' meeting started here in this one.
Good luck, though, man. Good luck, man.
All right, everybody, can you hear me?
Unfortunately. Yeah, copy.
All right, everybody, welcome back here to race number 4 of Season 2 here for Lucas Oil Raceway IRP. You guys, practice was looking rough. Hopefully you guys can figure it out here tonight. I have no doubt you guys can, but you guys got 5 sets of tires for tonight, 4 of those sitting on pit road with 1 fast repair. You guys have 30X incident damage as well. Geico restart zone will be in effect as always. Once the flagman drops the green flag on the initial start, the leader can go, and then all restarts after that will be on the leader inside the Geico restart zone. If you're starting in second, do not pass the leader until after the start-finish line, or else iRacing will give you a jump in the start black flag. No lane changes until after you have crossed the start-finish line for both inside and outside lines. Anyone got anything?
Just a few words from race control tonight. I'll be sitting in. It's going to be a lot going on tonight, so if you guys see something, just let me know if I don't catch it right away. I'm pretty sure iRacing is pretty much going to call every caution, but just let me know if you don't see it. And if we could keep chatter to a minimum during caution so I can review and we can figure out what's going on. And then let me know if anybody needs black flags cleared before we go green.
Absolutely, Matthew. We appreciate you taking the points hit and jumping up there for race control tonight. Appreciate it, buddy.
Ronnie, we discussed giving Matt points for the race, the last car on the lead lap.
Works for me.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. And there will be one penalty for tonight. David, who looks like he's sitting on the pole, will get an end-of-line start.
Womp womp.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that penalty being handed out. David Chandler, your pole sitter after Phoenix, the altercation that happened at Phoenix, he is receiving an end-of-line penalty tonight. Unfortunately, he grabbed the pole, so he is going to be going from the front row all the way to the last row here tonight. Completely forgot about that, so that is going to change everything tonight. But yeah, we talked about it. The penalties were going to be stiffer this season. Well, 2 drivers already finding out just exactly how stiff we can get with them. But folks, it is almost time to go racing here from Lucas Oil Raceway in Indianapolis, Indiana. They got about 30 seconds until it is engine fire time, and these drivers are going to head to the grid.
I mean, if you guys want to give me the EOL for Dover, I'm cool with it.
There he is, David, trying to bribe his way to his pool.
All right, man. Fuck it. We're going to have the fastest mover or whatever.
Just don't wreck J.D. Larson for the 3rd time, making your way back up to the front.
But there you have it, folks. It is time for these drivers to hit the grid, and it is time for us to check out your starting lineup for tonight here. 150 laps. These drivers are going to have a tough one on their hands tonight, but David Chandler is going to have that EOL, so he will be going to the back of the pack, but he is your pole sitter for tonight with Jonathan Wright in second, Ronnie Norman third, Robert Asong in fourth, Matthew Tucker fifth, Jeff Taylor sixth, Nicholas Don Francisco in seventh, Peyton Tulloch eighth, Chris Thomas ninth, and Aaron Moore. Great qualifying run for him, rounding out your top 10. Brandon Dunford in 11th, Stephen Henning in 12th, Trent Branson 13th, Andrew Zimmer 14th, Steve Bocock 15th, John Turner 16th, Zachary Brooks 17th, Austin Schultz 18th, JD Larson 19th, Alberto Abar 20th, Nicholas Trudeau. So apparently the suspension was not upheld for Trudeau in the 89. He will be starting 21st. Cole Larson 22nd. Mitch Diamond, your last week's winner at Phoenix, 23rd. Andrew Bolander 24th. Toby Kelsey 25th. Matthew Erickson obviously is not racing tonight. He has stepped out of the car and he is doing race control tonight, so he will be not racing. And then Randy O'Quinn will then step up to 26th. And then Jimmy Emos will go up to 27th. So, folks, that is your starting lineup for tonight here at Lucas Oil Raceway. These drivers have 150 laps on their hands tonight. It is not going to be easy by any stretch of the means. These drivers are going to be slipping. They're going to be sliding. They're going to be beating. They're going to be banging. They are going to be banging all the way from the drop of the green flag to the checkered flag if it's anything like it was last season here. We talked about it. Tempers are going to be huge tonight. Who's going to be able to keep their tempers in check? It's the biggest question out there right now. We saw tempers boil over last season and last week. Right here at Lucas Oil, that last lap definitely is where they hit their peak between Babcock and Tulloch. But folks, the field is leaving pit road behind that pace truck. Let's jump down there and see if we can't get a word from your pole sitter, who will be dropping to the back. David Chandler, it's Ronnie up in the booth. You got me, buddy? All right, buddy. Obviously, you've got a very fast truck for tonight's race. That EOL stemming from last week at Phoenix is going to put you to the back of the line tonight. How do you feel about your chances working back up through this field?
Yeah, Ron, we're just going to drive hard, try to keep it clean, avoid the wrecks, and hopefully be able to get back up front without burning our tires off.
Absolutely, buddy. What's it going to take tonight to keep your cool behind that wheel?
Was that Ron?
So tonight, tempers are going to be huge. How are you going to be able to keep your tempers in check as you working your way up through this field?
Yeah, I'm just going to try to keep a clear mind and not let anybody ruffle my feathers and hopefully not piss anyone off in the process.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Where's this 38 car?
All right, folks, well, it is time to get the race started here out front. The lights are off on that pace truck as he is taking the field down the front stretch one final time under pacing conditions. Ronnie Norman will be sitting on the inside of that front row after the one of David Chandler is heading to the back of the field, serving his EOL penalty, end of line penalty for those that don't know what EOL stands for, from Phoenix. The aggressive driving was made the decision, but tonight he is going to have to put that behind him, work his way back up through this field. Folks, it's time to get going here as Ronnie Norman is going to lead the field out of turn number 4 for the first time tonight into the Geico restart zone as the field falling apart behind him. Green flag's going to be back out in the air here tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway. Ronnie Norman's going to get the big jump at the start of this one. I'm not exactly sure what happened behind him as Nicholas Don Francisco got that inside line all jammed up behind him, but Ronnie Norman is going to jump out to the early lead here. Battles from behind with the 3 of Robert Asong, your last season's winner right here at Lucas Oil. And all the way up to third already, Jeff Taylor in that Budweiser number 11. But Nicholas Don Francisco, we talked about it, stacking up that inside line coming out of turn number 4. Not exactly sure what happened there coming to the Geico restart zone for the start of the race. But he is currently falling back to 5th now, trying to work his way back up there. But Ronnie Norman currently leading the way here in this one. Got some good battling going on back here right around that 13th position. Steve Bocock on the inside of the 56 of Austin Schultz. He's got Steve Henning in the 64 right in front of him with Branson to his outside. So these drivers are 2 by 2 back here with the 13 looking to bring the fight to him as well. The 13 as a NEXXTCAR rookie, Alberto Abar in that number 13W Army Toyota Tundra. He's going to try to go to the inside. I thought for sure he was going to try to make it 3 wide through the middle there. Thought better of it. And here comes your Cup Series champion, Matthew Tucker, in the W25 to his outside. Matt Tucker running the new paint scheme tonight. That is one of W Energy's new flavors that they just released, the watermelon. And now he is running that as well. But, folks, out front, Ronnie Norman continuing to lead the way here in this one. They're coming around a complete lap 5 out of 150. A long way to go here so far in this one. Ronnie Norman looking to pick up exactly where he left off in Phoenix last week. He had the truck to beat for the first half of the race and then got stuck back in traffic after one of the worst pit stops he has had all season long. Got stuck back in traffic and just was not exactly able to rebound from that. But looking tonight, he's got a long way to go, but he's looking like he might have another strong truck here in this one. But right now, David Chandler has worked his way up already from 27th up to 21st. So slowly but surely, that one Bud Platinum truck is making his way through this field. Already up from 27th to 21st. Nick Trudeau, we talked about him possibly serving a penalty. We weren't sure. It was a race time decision on whether he was going to be suspended or not. He is out there in that beautiful W number 89. He is currently running around plus 2 positions back in that 19th spot. Running around with the 97, and here comes the 1 trying to gain a couple more positions. You talked about David Chandler. He knew he was going to be having that EOL penalty. And, you know, his joke all week long was he was going to have the biggest mover of the race award. Well, last week in the Cup Series at Phoenix, he got an award that nobody wants, and that is the most lucky dogs. He was 8 laps down at one point last week in the Cup Series at Phoenix, and he earned the NEXXTCAR record for lucky dog awards received. Well, tonight he is looking to back that up with another back-to-back week of lucky or NEXXTCAR awards. But right now, he is up inside that top 20 already in 20th position. Peyton Tulloch up there in the 4th position in that number 17 Tennessee Tech Chevy Silverado. He's currently running around behind that 11 truck of Jeff Taylor, who is starting to run down Robert Asong here. But you can see the field, folks. Most of these guys getting single file coming out of turn number 2. But a ton of damage already to the back of the number 5 of Christopher Thomas. You see it. The left side, the left rear of that bumper is all smashed in. That's not going to be helping that 5 drive and make these corners. There's no doubt about it. As now the 29 is looking to try to make his way around them as they're battling lap traffic already. Jimmy Emos in the number 98 going 1 lap down here. Caution is out for the first time tonight as we're going to get word. Austin Schultz and Matt Tucker, 2 drivers for the Blue Collar Racing Team, have just taken each other out here to bring out your first caution on lap number 13. Let's go ahead and let's back it up and see what happened here in this one. You see the damage to the 25 on the left rear quarter panel. The right side of the 25's all messed up. The 13 of Abar possibly involved in this one as well. Everything's good heading down the backstretch. Oh, he locks him up to avoid the 24. Goes up into the wall, and Austin Schultz just happened to be there. Steve Bocock's going to get a little bit of damage for that one as well. You saw right there the 24 just really slow heading into turn number 3. And Matt had to lock up those tires. And when he did, right there, just goes straight up into the wall. And Schultz just happened to be there. Let's back it up and let's jump inside Steve Bocock's car here and see what exactly he saw from that cockpit. Right there, he locks it up, gets up into the wall, and then just a good job of slamming on the brakes, minimizing the damage there. He's going to have a little bit of damage to the left front of that truck, but nothing too severe here. But folks, your caution is out for the first time tonight. Ronnie Norman has led all 15 laps so far to start this one out. 150 laps here tonight, so these drivers still have a long way to go as we got Matt Tucker on pit road. I believe him and Schultz are about the only ones that came down. Larson as well. But David Chandler is going to take full advantage of that one. He is going to be already up into the 17th position. Remember, he started back in 27, so plus 10 already here in 16 laps. We knew he had a fast truck. You don't get the pull for nothing. You got to earn it with a fast car. Well, he earned this one, but unfortunately, due to that, Phoenix EOL finds himself at the back of the pack, but he is working his way up perfectly in this one. You heard him mention it. He's going to have to take care of his equipment, take care of those tires, and so far he seems to be doing a pretty good job of it. Robert Asong currently running around in the second position in a number 3 Goodwrench Service Plus Chevy Silverado. He did win here last season back in week number 9. Looking to back that up, going back to back here at IRP. Jeff Taylor's off to a really good start so far tonight. Plus 3 positions in that Chevy Bud number 11. Up into the 3rd position. He started 6th, up to 3rd. He's having a pretty solid start to tonight's race. Paint to luck. He has gained 4 positions. He's up to that 4th position. And Nicholas Don Francisco, you saw him stack up the field on that initial start, on that inside line. But he has gained his way back up to 5th. But folks, the lights are off on that Chevy Pace truck. We are going back racing this time. Here they come through turns 3 and 4. The Pace truck back on pit road. Going towards the Geico restart zone. The 6, the control of the field in his hands. Green flag's going to be back out in the air here at Lucas Oil Raceway. And a great launch by the 6 once again. His song's going to try to not let Norman get that big lead once again. Can his song keep pace with him this time? Side by side for 3rd. Here comes the 48 of Don Francisco. He's trying to get to the back bumper to the 11. They're going to stay side by side as the caution's going to come out for the 2nd time tonight. Stephen Henning involved in this one with Matthew Tucker. Not the start to the night that the defending Cup Series champion Matthew Tucker wanted. Back-to-back cautions involved here with him tonight. Let's back it up and see what happened here in this one. Not the start to tonight that 25 truck wanted. You see him in a 64. All right, let's jump on to 64 as Tucker he looked to be an innocent victim here with this one. Let's see what transpires here with Henning. Just gets on the brakes a little too hard. Nick Trudeau goes to the outside to avoid him. 64 tries to lock it up. 25 didn't really seem to hit him all that hard. I'm not exactly sure what all the nose damage is from on that 25 truck. Unless maybe the 25 already had that damage. Hey, he didn't seem to hit him that hard, but you saw the nose wrinkle up right there. So he hit him pretty good, but from our point of view, it didn't look too bad. But your caution is out for the second time here tonight at Lucas Raceway. But folks, we're going to step aside here for a second. Don't go anywhere because we are going to be right back to bring you more of the action here from IRP. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way even when I'm feeling down. I fight, even when I don't know what is right. I'ma pick a side, and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate, and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shape me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside.
All right, folks, the lights are off on that pace truck. We are going back racing this time. The pace truck back on pit road. The control of the field back in the hands of that number 6 FanDuel Ford F-150. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Once again, here the 17 on his back bumper. Green flag's going to be back out in the air. His song spins the tires big time into 3. His song did not get the restart he wanted there, but here he comes powering back to the outside. He's going to get back to the outside, and he's going to get right back up there in the second. No harm, no foul done for that number 3 as he is right back up there in the second. Right back out in the back bumper of that number 6, but almost 3 wide out back. Caution's going to fly for the 3rd time tonight, and this one, folks, is a big one. This might just be the big one of the night, as we have just had about 7 or 8 trucks involved in this one. Trying to figure out where exactly this one started here. Trying to figure out where this one started. It starts out front of J.D. Larson, it looks like. Alberto Ebar, the 97 involved. Randy O'Quinn in the 97. Let's see what happened here with him. Just a 3-wide incident. He starts on the inside, drifts way up to 51, and Toby Kelsey throws it in there. Wow. And that starts it all. The 25 involved in it as well, so 3 straight cautions for the 25 involved in this one. But Kelsey just threw it into turn number 3, and he got lucky the 97 slipped up the track because that could have been a lot worse. But the 97 slips up, takes out the 13, and then just takes everyone out behind him. Just nowhere to go for all the field behind him. But, folks, caution is out for the 3rd time here in this one. But Norman, Hissong, Tulloch, Taylor, and more your top 5. What a run right now for that number 21 of Aaron Moore. One of the rookies to NEXXTCAR. He's had a pretty quiet season so far, but right now running around in that 5th position from Keysville, Georgia. Like I said, he's had a quiet season so far. Had a great race going for himself at Talladega, and then backing it up with another strong performance here in week number 4 right now. Like we said, sitting in that top 5 in 5th position. So great race so far for Aaron Moore. Keep it up, buddy. And guy right in front of him as well, Jeff Taylor in that number 11. I know I've mentioned his name a couple times tonight, but great to see that driver up there inside the top 5 making his presence known here. But folks, you see it. The lights are off on the pace truck, the field. Back side by side. We are going back racing once again here this lap. The pace truck hooking the hard left back onto pit road. The 6 leading the field once again through turns 3 and 4. Can Hassan get a better launch this time out of turn number 4 in the Geico restart zone? Green flag's going to be back out in the air here at IRP, and he does get a much better takeoff this time. But the 6 backs it up with another great launch. Payne Tulloch stuck down there on the bottom. That's not exactly where you want to be. He holds it down there. Good job by the 17. Hold it down there. You know, it's easy to see. You just saw, the 11 of Taylor's up into the wall. That's going to stack up Don Francisco and the 73 behind him. The 11 bumps the wall again. 17's around. The 73, the 29 involved, and the 11 goes for a wild one here on the front stretch. That is the big one. Back-to-back carnage here at IRP. Not exactly sure why my rewind button isn't working. There it goes. Now it's going to work. All right, let's back it up. You guys saw it live. The 11, he hit the wall on the outside there and then just went for a wild ride. Up against the wall here, gets back to the gas while he's still up in those marbles, comes down, the 17 just happened to be there, and then just out back, nobody slows up for this one. The 11 up onto the wall into the catch fence, and mayhem ensues. Let's see it from another TV camera. Just nobody out back hits their brakes. ARCA braking at its finest heading into turn number 1. Well, folks, that was not pretty. But Robert Asong is going to take over the lead here on lap 35 under the 4th caution of the night. Aaron Moore is 2nd. Christopher Thomas making his way up to 3rd. Randy O'Quinn making his debut here tonight in 4th. And Jimmy Emos up into 5th. Ronnie Norman led the field onto pit road. He's going to be back in 6th. J.D. Larson 7th. Brandon Dunford 8th. Andrew Zimmer 9th. Steve Henning wrapping out your top 10. Well, 35 laps in. 4th caution already, folks. This one might just be a doozy tonight. This is going to turn into a survival race. It is exactly what it's looking like. But right now, Hassan and Moore making up your front row on this next restart. The light should be going off on that pace truck this time. In fact, they do. Side by side, the field goes once again with two new guys up on the front row. Robert Asong, your winner from last season here at Lucas Oil, looking to try to back it up with another win tonight. He is going to be leading your field back to the Geico restart zone for the 5th time tonight with Aaron Moore, the rookie, on his outside with Christopher Thomas and O'Quinn in the second. Norman Emos, Dunford Larson, Henning Zimmer making up the last 4 rows here in the top 10. Pace truck back on pit road. Back to the Geico restart zone, the field goes. Green flag is going to be back out in the air here at IRP. Up through the gears they go. Robert Asong taking full advantage of that inside line, but here comes Aaron Moore taking the battle right back to him. Around the outside comes the 21, but he's going to have to give position to the 3. 5 starting to fall back a little bit, but the 3 is going to lead the field back through turns 3 and 4, back to start lap number 39 here. Side by side for 5th with Dunford. Dunford's going to take the position from the 73 of Zimmer. He's going to work his way up inside the top 5 here. We have got a parking lot down the backstretch right now around Branson in the 24 in that 9th position. He's got Larson to his inside. Everything's going to stack up back here around Alberto Ebar, the 48, the 17, the 22. All bumper to bumper, side by side. 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. 3 wide, about to be 4 wide with the 98. They make it work. Can they make it work once again? They do. That was impressive. 3 wide, almost 4 wide that last time. And here comes the 25 of Tucker. 16th on back, all 1 lap down. Taylor 3, Brooks 4. But back out front, Robert Asong pulling away from the field. He's got the fastest truck so far tonight. Ronnie Norman back up there in second, about a second behind him. Aaron Moore is falling back to third. Christopher Thomas falls back to fifth as Brandon Dunford makes the position for fourth. Here comes that 19 truck. Here comes the 73. The 04, the 20, 48, 18, 89. Still side by side, bumper to bumper here from 8th on back. Make that 7th on back as O'Quinn's now going to fall back into this battle. Going to keep an eye on this side-by-side battle. That's going to get tight. 89 and 18. That got tight out of 2. 24, 65, side-by-side. Here comes the 12. Trying to power his way to the outside of the 24. Not going to make it work, but he's going to get a big run down the backstretch. 64 Henning stuck on that inside line. That is about the last place you want to be. But, folks, I want to bring your attention to the battle for the lead. Norman is going to blow by the 3 like he's in still, but here comes a crossover from Asong. Can't quite get there. Norman leads him back to lap 46. Remember, Norman pitted under this last caution. Asong did not. Asong not letting Norman go too easy here, trying to keep the battle to his back bumper. But eventually, the new tires are going to kick in and the old tires are going to give way. Norman now pulling out to just under half a second over Asong. Dunford back in third, 3 seconds back. He's got a battle with Zimmer with Moore right behind them. But still, side-by-side racing about mid-pack here. Steve Bocock into 12, 97, up into the outside wall of Randy O'Quinn. He's going to hold it up there. Here comes Trudeau trying to look through the middle. He's going to get into the outside wall heading down the backstretch. Taking it to the outside of the 18, trying to get the big run off that high line. He's going to get it. Where does he take it heading into turn number 1? He's going to keep it through the middle. Here comes the 04 behind him. The 04 of Jonathan Wright finished second last week, trying to get back up there, trying to crack his way inside the top 10. Right now, O'Quinn holds that final position. Trudeau trying to take it. He's to the inside, side by side at the line of lap 50. Trudeau's going to take it as the 97 is going to hold it up high. Here comes the 04, and here comes the 48 at Don Francisco. Matt Tucker throws it in there deep underneath the 20 of Cole Larson, the son of the 18 of J.D. Larson. Side by side, the 64 and the 20. Here comes Turner in the 29 and Tucker in the 25, with the 51 and the 11 right behind them. 15th position on back, 1 lap down as they're just about to go 3 wide, heading through 3 and 4 once again. Here comes Toby Kelsey in the 51 around the outside. Some great racing about mid-pack here. Remember, these guys back here are pretty much all on old tires. They did not pit, save it, Henning, but they did not pit under that last caution. So these guys are battling with old tires right now. Trudeau has worked his way up there inside the top 10 as O'Quinn has fallen back to 11th, as now the 56 and the rest of the field from 12th on back looking to try to work their way around that number 97 Junior Motorsports Foundation truck. There goes Schultz throwing it to the inside there, trying to make the pass on the 97. That is for the 11th position. Almost 3 wide once again out back. David Chandler, remember, he started on the pole, but the EOL penalty put him out back behind the field. Still trying to work his way up there as fast and quick and clean as he can, but right now stuck in traffic. You see the damage to the front of that Toyota, sitting in that 20th position. At one point, David had worked his way all the way up there into the 17th position, but right now he is 1 lap down in 20th. But folks, while these drivers are actually going to run some green flag laps, I think it is time to NEXXTCAR it up here at Lucas Oil Raceway. It's time to get the volume turned up on these trucks. It's time to get these trucks wound up. Let's NEXXTCAR it up. absolutely nothing like 27 NEXXTCAR trucks making their way around Lucas Oil IRP here tonight. Ronnie Norman continues to lead the way here as now he's dealing with some lap traffic. Remember, Ronnie pitted under that last caution. He took the lead over on lap 46, and he is now dealing with lap traffic on old tires. But here we are, lap 65 of 150 here tonight. Norman just over a 6.5 second lead over Zimmer in second. 13th on back, 1 lap down in this one. John Turner currently running around in the 12th position, the next victim of the number 6. Mitch Diamond, last week's winner, has cracked his way inside the top 5. He has worked his way up to 4th in that number 65 Badass American Racing Chevy. He was your last week's winner from Phoenix Raceway. Looking to back that up with another good finish here tonight at Lucas Oil. But if anyone's going to have anything for Norman, they are going to have to hope for a late race caution, because right now it has been all Norman tonight. His song led himself a couple laps early on during this last green flag run, but once Norman passed him, his song has fallen back to 5th. Remember, he is on old tires. His song has not pitted yet, while Norman and a bunch of the other guys in this field have all pitted on lap 33. The only ones that have not pitted so far, his song, Moore. And that is it. So your front row on this last restart, the 3 and the 21 are the only ones who have not yet pitted tonight. So these drivers, they are running around on old tires, Moore and, Hasong. So I'm honestly surprised that they're still running as well as they are. In the 5th and 7th position is Dunford, making his way to pit road in the number 19. He's going to give up that 6th position. But Ronnie Norman cannot find a way past Turner in the 29 as Turner is the last truck on this lead lap. Norman has yet to work his way around him, so the top 10 are the only drivers on the lead lap now. Make that the top 9. Norman continues to be a man on a mission tonight. The next victim is the number 5 of Christopher Thomas. Ronnie Norman's right behind him, so it's not going to be much longer until Thomas is going to have to deal with the leader. You see it, just one truck, the 4, in between the leader and the last truck on the lead lap. As you see the 4 of Andrew Bolander trying to work his way to the outside of the 5. A lot of damage still on that 5. Even the 4's got a little bit of damage to that Yahoo Toyota. But here comes the 6 of Ronnie Norman. The 5, not even going to put up a battle. 7 trucks on the lead lap now. Now's the 5 coming to pit road. Ronnie Norman continues to pick them off one at a time here. Bocock, the next victim. There's a lot of traffic, though, between the 12 and that 6. But these drivers now all starting to make their way to pit road. Everyone who stayed out as long as they could. The last ones that has not yet pitted is Robert Asong in that 3 truck. He's the only one tonight that has not made a pit stop. Aaron Moore, he came down and got his fresh tires. Well, now the 3 is the last one that is yet to pit. And he's probably struggling out there quite a bit. I'm got to give him props, though. for still being as fast as he is and to not be spinning out on these 77 lap old tires. Here comes the 3 to pit road. Hissong's going to finally have enough of old tires. He's going to come down pit road as we are just now over halfway in this one, folks. 4 cautions through the first half of this race. These drivers have cleaned it up perfectly here tonight. I don't know how they do it. I have absolutely no idea how the Truck Series does it, but they do it every single week. Just like last week at Phoenix, they had the first caution of the race heading into lap 1, corner number 1, and then they cleaned it up and had 57 green flag laps after that, and some of the best racing you'll see all night. And then they just do it every single week. I don't know how, but only 4 trucks left on the lead lap after these green flag pit stops have started. Nick Trudeau. And the caution's out for the 5th time tonight. Aaron Moore, the 21, has brought out your 5th caution. The Mobil 1 Chevy Silverado is going to get it going through the grass once again, but let's back it up and see what happened here in this one. That is going to shake everything up here. That is going to save the guys that just had to pit. It looks like he just lost it coming out of turn number 2. Gassed it up a little too early. Yep, he just hit the gas a little too early. Tries to lock her down. Good job of avoiding a lot of damage there. That could have been bad. Great job by the 21 there. Doesn't even look to be a scratch on that truck. Fantastic job of locking it up and avoiding that inside wall. But folks, this is gonna be huge. Norman coming to pit road. Diamond, Branson, Trudeau as well. So everyone that has just pitted under these green flag conditions, they are gonna take the wave around here in this one, and they will all be back on the lead lap. So that caution came out at the perfect time for these guys. The green flag pit stops came at the right time, and they got that caution exactly how they needed. And, yeah, that played out as about as perfect as it could have, as Norman is going to hold on to the lead coming out of pit road. Steve Bocock's going to work his way up to 2nd. Mitch Diamond in 3rd. Trudeau 4th. But here comes Bocock. He was your lucky dog. He is going to now come down and get service done on that number 12 Chevy Silverado. But Ronnie Norman continuing to lead the way here at Lucas Oil Raceway. 81 out of 150 completed tonight, folks. But we're going to step away here for a quick break. Don't go anywhere, as we are going to bring you back more of the action here from Lucas Raceway. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
We can leave it all behind. Before we running out of time, I can see us both flying around, chilling in a pool right by the coast. I can see our clothes down on the floor. I can see it all. Maybe we should both get set, go, take off.
Yeah.
All right, you saw it. The lights were off on that pace truck, but the pace laps have been extended for one more lap as everyone was getting their lap back, getting that wave around this time. Stacked up everybody. They were not able to get everybody lined up. So now the lights are off once again on that pace truck. We are getting ready to go back racing here in Indianapolis, Indiana. This time, the 6 and the 65 make up that front row. Norman and Diamond, two drivers who have won this season. Norman won at Talladega. Diamond won last week at Phoenix. Making up the front row here for this restart. Trudeau looking to get his first win of the season here in the NEXXTCAR Truck Series. Alberto Abar looking to get his first win ever in the NEXXTCAR Truck Series. Coming through turns 4 once again. Green flag is going to be back out in the air here at Lucas Oil. 87 out of 150 laps completed here tonight. Norman's going to get a great launch. Here comes Trudeau. He's going to work his way up to third. Here comes the 04 of Jonathan Wright. Looking to the inside of Branson. Something happened back there with Branson. He's now 3 seconds behind your leaders. Mixing it up with a couple guys lap down here. Chandler in 17th. Remember, he's got that EOL penalty at the start of this one. He's one lap down in 17th, trying to work his way back up. But Ronnie Norman leading the way here on lap 90, just over half a second in front of Mitch Diamond. Trudeau 1.3 behind as well. Branson now 4 seconds back. Something must be amiss on that number 24. Stuck in traffic and falling back big time. Now 4.2 seconds back. John Turner continues his fantastic race so far tonight. Up inside that top 5 once again. Absolute brilliant race so far for the 29 of John Turner. Up against the wall down the backstretch. Here comes Tucker. Remember that 25 back in 19th position. 1 lap down, not on the lead lap. Definitely not the race that Tucker wanted in that number 25. No doubt about it. It started out pretty rough. The first 3 cautions of the night, well, that 25 seemed to be involved in every single one of them. Maybe not his own doing, but getting caught up in it. So, not the start to tonight's race he wanted. And that 25 truck of Matthew Tucker just has not been able to rebound since. Ronnie Norman's pulled that lead out to a 0.8 seconds here on lap number 94. Trudeau is currently just under 2 seconds back. Branson now just under 6 seconds back into 24. He pitted on the same lap as everybody else on lap 80. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the 24. He's got the same fresh set of tires as everybody else, but Trent Branson's still riding around in that 4th position, but I don't know if it's the lap traffic that's hurting him or what. But now falling back big time from the leader. Zimmer just under 10 seconds back as well. Alberto Abar in that green 13 right in front of Branson. Still 1 lap down. I'm sorry, Abar's the first truck 2 laps down. You see it right there in 22nd. But Toby Kelsey trying to work his way up through this field here. He's found himself pretty quiet night so far tonight. Currently running around in that 11th position, trying to work his way inside the top 10 as Steve Bocock right in front of him holds that position. Now it falls to Stephen Henning, and here comes Kelsey to the inside to take over 10th. Don Francisco trying to work his way up there as well, bringing to Luck and everyone else with him. But here comes Henning trying to battle right back to the outside. Don Francisco is going to try to get to the outside. Not going to be able to do it. Peyton Tulloch looked to his outside as well. Neither one able to make that one stick, but they're going to take that battle down into turn number 1. The 48 is going to go to the inside. That's going to allow the 17 to try to make it to the outside. Almost 3 wide through turns 1 and 2 that time. The battle heating up for the top 10th position. Right now, Kelsey holds on to it. Henning back in 11th. Don Francisco going to try one more time through turns 1 and 2. Here comes Turner in the 11. Remember, Taylor, 2 laps down. Taylor, not Turner in the 11. 2 laps down. Don Francisco's going to try and make it stick. This time it's not going to work. Here comes the 11 underneath them. Crossover by the 11. 3 wide. Beating it. Banging out of turn number 4. Coming to lap 100. The 48's not going to be happy about that one. Here comes the 17. The battling for 11th continues here in this one. Is now Henning continues to hold on to that 11th position. The 48 not giving up. Neither is the 17. Here comes the 17 powering his way to the outside of the 48. Side by side drag race heading into 3. Payne Tulloch's going to get the big run off the outside line out of turn number 4. He's going to clear the 48. He's going to take over 12th. The 97 to Randy O'Quinn up against the outside wall through turns 1 and 2 that time. 2 laps down in 25th position. Back up against that outside wall. But here comes the 22 looking to the inside of Don Francisco. Here comes Norman, your leader. Now, finding himself mixing it up with mixed between drivers who are laps down and on the tail end of the lead lap now. Ronnie Norman, a man on a mission still tonight. .6 seconds separates first and second. Norman, Diamond, Trudeau. Caution comes out for the 6th time tonight. Waiting to see the timing screen to see what brought this one out. Not exactly sure, but you see Ronnie Norman immediately diving onto pit road. Same with Diamond, Trudeau, all on pit road. Branson, his song follows as well. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what brought out that caution. Nothing popped up on the timing screen. So, something happened, but nothing, major enough to pop up on my timing screen as saying what exactly brought out the caution. But, folks, we're going to step away here. We're going to go back racing with 40 laps to go here at Lucas Oil. So we're going to step away here for a second. Don't go anywhere, guys, as we're going to be right back to bring you the finish here from Lucas Oil IRP. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back here.
To love, but he's caught in the crossfire, and he keeps waking up, but it's not to the sound of birds. The tyranny, the violent streets, deprived of all that we're blessed with, and we can't get enough. No, heaven, if you sent us down, so we could build a playground. For the sinners who play as saints, you'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, 'cause you're the only refuge now. For every mother, every child, every brother, it's caught in the crossfire. Train my luck to know while he's caught in the crossfire. And I'm here waking up to the sun and the sound of birds. Society's anxiety, the prize of all that we're blessed with. We just can't get enough. No, heaven if you sent us down so we could build a playground. For the sinners who play as saints, you'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, 'cause you're the only refuge now. For every mother, every child, every brother, it's caught in the crossfire. Trust what I'm given, and faith still needs a gun. Whose ammunition justifies the wrong? And I can't see from the backseat, so I'm asking from above. Can I trust what I'm given, even when it cuts? So heaven if you sent us down, so we can build a playground. For the sinners to play as saints, you'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some better.
All right, not exactly sure what's going on here. Got a lot of guys having trouble getting lined back up for this restart, but folks, we might be going back racing this time. Green flag is going to be back out in the air. The field completely stretched apart. I can't believe we're going back racing right now, but green flag is going to be back out in the air. Half the field is 10 seconds behind your leader. And the caution's going to get thrown once again as Austin Schultz, or I'm sorry, not Austin Schultz, but Andrew Zimmer is going to go around through turns 3 and 4. Let's back it up and see what happened. You saw him there. He just kind of lost it all by himself. Just driving all by himself. Got back to the gas a little too early, and right around she went, coming out of turns 3 and 4. But I know most of the field is not going to be upset about that caution because, yeah, they were strung out pretty well there. I can't believe they went back racing there. But, folks, now is a great time to go through your NEXXTCAR Truck Series field right now here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Let's start it off with the man on a mission tonight in at number 6, Fandil Ford F-150 of Ronnie Norman from Terre Haute, Indiana. The man has been an absolute tear tonight. He has led almost every single lap tonight that he could have, and he is finding himself up front in the closing laps here in this one. Mitch Diamond looking to try to go back-to-back to victory lane here. He won last week at Phoenix, trying to back it up with another victory here tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway. He's had a pretty solid night tonight, finding himself right now running around in second. Nick Trudeau. We talked about him earlier on before the race started. He was a race time decision on whether he was going to be able to race or if he was going to be suspended. Well, he's out here racing, and he is making the most of this second opportunity, and he is running around in the third position from Charlton, Massachusetts, in that W number 89. In fourth, Robert Asong in that number 3 Goodwrench Chevy Silverado. As it looks like we might be getting ready to go back racing here, folks. Nope, we are not. They were double file. They tricked me there. Let's go back to Robert Asong here. They tricked me good there. But from Westland, Michigan here, that number 3 of Robert Asong. He survived the race last season here at Lucas Oil. Looking to do it again here tonight and go back to victory lane here in this one. Toby Kelsey has worked his way up plus 20 positions in that number 51 from Elizabethtown, Indiana, here for the Alien Labs Chevy Silverado. Steve Bocock in your Support Our Troops Chevy Silverado from Bridgeport. He's had a pretty solid night so far. You saw him get involved in 2 of the early on accidents. One, both just nowhere to go for, but he has rebounded nicely, and he is currently riding around in that 6th position. John Turner's had himself a solid night from Jackson, Kentucky in that Alec 8 Chevy Silverado. He's worked his way up into the 7th position, so great rebound for him tonight. Hopefully he can bring this one out with a great solid finish here tonight. Austin Schultz, one of the part-timers of the league from Portage. He's had a pretty solid night so far as well. At number 56, running around in the 8th position. Paint to Luck looking to rebound. He's been trapped a lap down, deep into the field most of the night so far. At number 17, looking to rebound from that one as well. Jonathan Wright is going to wrap up your top 10 here in this one. Folks, they were getting ready to go back racing this time, but they have been extended once again as drivers. I don't know what it is with Lucas Oil, but it must be pretty hard to get drivers lined up and in the correct positions here before we go back racing. But the lights should be off on that pace truck this time, and they will be. That Chevy Silverado iRacing pace truck's going to lead the field down the backstretch once again here, heading into turn number 3. Ronnie Norman, control of the field in his hands, heading through turns 3 and 4, leading Mitch Diamond and the rest of the field back to the green flag. Green flag's going to be back out in the air here at Lucas Oil IRP. Gets a great launch once again here on lap 119 of 150 tonight. Mitch Diamond in second. You just saw him get into the wall. Can Robert Asong take advantage of it? He cannot. Here comes Hasong. Here comes Trudeau. Steve Bocock now up inside the top 5 after passing Toby Kelsey. Kelsey now coming under fire from the 29. Major smoke. Nick Trudeau into the wall. Caution's going to fly once again as the 73 of Zimmer's going to go around once again. Zimmer in the number 73 goes around once again. Just hits the brakes a little too hard and right around it goes. Right there, just gets into the brakes a little too hard, tries to save it. David Chandler just happened to be on the outside and right around it goes. But caution is out for the 7th time tonight. I'm sorry, 8th time tonight. But right now, 15 drivers on the lead lap. But Ronnie Norman has been a man on a mission all night tonight. He got handed the provisional pull after David Chandler got the EOL penalty from Phoenix last week. He grabbed the pull, David did, but had to start in the back, which moved Ronnie Norman up to first, and he has not looked back since. David Chandler, though, has not been able to rebound too well, as he is now back in that 19th position. Definitely not the race he wanted. Still one lap down, But David Chandler just has not been able to really rebound too well after having to serve that EOL penalty. He, we talked to him in pre-race. He obviously had a very fast truck. We talked about he was going to have to save those tires, save his equipment, and, he was going to have to work his way through the field. And the highest we've seen him so far tonight was up there into the 17th position at one point, but just ever since he went a lap down, he just has not been able to really rebound from that. And now he is watching the guy that got handed the lead with the pole, Ronnie Norman, just take this one and put it into his own hands. Norman, he's definitely been the man on a mission tonight, but you got to think. You can't help but think, what if? What if David Chandler did not get the EOL penalty? Because that first position on these restarts has been absolutely key tonight. Had David Chandler not had to serve this EOL, are we thinking maybe a different leader and possibly different winner tonight if Norman's able to hang on here in this one? But folks, these drivers are going to be going back green flag racing here with about 25 laps to go. The lights should be going off that pace truck this time. And they are. The lights are off on that iRacing Chevy Silverado pace truck, leading the field through turns 1 and 2 down the short backstretch here. Remember, this track is just measured at 0.7 miles in length. It's short track racing. We got 25 laps to settle it all here tonight, folks. We are going to have ourselves a shootout in this one. The pace truck hooking that hard left onto pit road, giving it control of the field to the hands of the 6, leading them back into the Geico restart zone for the 9th time tonight. The green flag is going to be back in the air here at Lucas Oil. Great launch by the 80. Big move by the 6, jumping up there to take over the outside spot from the 65. Here comes the song. Here comes Trudeau. And the yellow flag's out for the 9th time tonight as we have got another major implications crash out back. Peyton to luck. Half the field involved in this one. Let's back it up and see what happened here. It all started with the 17. Let's see. It looks like the 04 of Jonathan right in front of him maybe just locks up those brakes a little too much, and right around it goes. Oh, no. Schultz just pushed up right into the 04 and then just ARCA braking once again. Just ARCA braking once again at its finest here at Lucas Oil Raceway. You saw it. The 56 of Schultz just pushed up a little bit and right into the left rear quarter panel to the 04 right there. The 04 almost has it saved. The 17 hits him a little bit, but then Don Francisco, the 21, the 1, all just pile in there, not even touching their brakes. Let's back it up here. Let's see what the 21 saw. And it's not letting me. There it goes. Let's see what the 21 saw. Just not really a whole lot of time to truly lock it up and avoid running into the guys ahead of you. You know, you can't really see when you're that far back, but you saw them throw it into reverse, back it up, let the 17 out of there, and around they go. But, folks, we have 20 laps left in this one. Ronnie Norman, can he hold the field off for 20 more laps? Norman, Diamond, Hissong, Trudeau, Bocock, Kelsey, Turner, Dunford, Bolander, and Tucker, your top 10. What a turnaround of a race for Matthew Tucker in that number 25. He was involved in about the first 3 or 4 cautions tonight. Well, don't look, folks, but that 25 truck is back inside the top 10. He won at Auto Club when a late race caution that a lot of people dispute should or should not have been thrown, and Toby Kelsey ran out of fuel under the pacing laps, giving the win to that 25 truck of Matthew Tucker. Well, now, remember, he was involved in those first 3 or 4 cautions of the night. He has rebounded. That truck looks like it has went through a shredder, but it is up there inside the top 10. Talk about do not give up mentality. But folks, you saw it change over the lap counter. 20 laps to go this time. The field back to side by side. The lights off on that pace truck. Norman, Diamond, Hissong, Trudeau, Kelsey, Bocock, Dunford, Turner, Bolander, Tucker, your top 10. The lights back on top of the pace truck. We are going to be going back racing with 18 laps to go. The caution has been extended 1 more lap. The field still double file behind your pace truck that will be going to pit road this time. Going back racing with 18 laps to go. This, folks, is when the race begins. Who is going to be able to survive? You see the pace truck hooking that hard left. The 6, the control of the field in his hands. He's got Diamond to his outside. His song, Trudeau behind him. 3 of the best in the business, starting bumper to bumper, side by side. Green flags back in the air here. And the 65 does not get a great restart. The 3 gonna take over second. Slide job up in front of the 65. Crossover by the 65. Can he get it to stick? He cannot. This is what Norman wants to see behind him. Side by side, hard battling. Here comes his song. Looking to try to go back-to-back seasons with the win here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Can his song make it back to victory lane? 16 to go this time. Ronnie Norman trying to hold on for his second win of the season. He won at a darkness-shortened Talladega race to open season 2. Darkness fell. The caution was thrown. The race was called with 6 laps to go in that one. He was leading at the time of the yellow, and he was named your Talladega winner to open up season 2. Now, looking to try to hold off his song. Norman has been a man on a mission all race long. He has had the best truck all race long. Can he continue it to the checkered flag? Just over half a second above the song. Now at a half a second. Side by side racing. Here comes Thomas looking to the inside of Henning. Bocock has fallen back to the 10th position. Oh, and see, Bocock's going to go around on the front stretch. Caution's going to fly, folks, and we are going to have a 9-lap shootout here tonight. You saw Bocock lose it out of turn number 4. Let's back it up and see what happened there. Just gassed it up way too early coming out of turn number 4. But folks, we are going to have ourselves a short little shootout to the end of this one. Does anyone come down and get 4 fresh sets of tires? Kelsey's coming down. He's going to give up that 6th position. Thomas to Luck. Bocock, all coming down to get 4 fresh sets of tires. But folks, we're going to step away here for a quick break. We will be right back to bring you the drop of the green flag here from Lucas Oil Raceway. Don't go anywhere as things are really starting to heat up here tonight. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Just tell me where you wanna go. North Pole, East, West, baby, I'll go anywhere. We'll take a plane and take a boat. I don't really care, just as long as it will get us there. Cause I wanna see what's above. I wanna see what's below. Just tell me where you wanna go. You can name the place, yeah, you can name the time. We can leave it all behind. No stop or rewind. Before we running out of time. I can see us both flying around, chilling in a pool right by the coast. I can see our clothes down on the floor. I can see it all, baby, we should go. Get set, go, take off. We can leave it all behind. Right. Before we running out of time. I can see us both flying around, chilling in a pool right by the coast. I can see our clothes down on the floor. I can see it all, baby, we should both get set, go, take off.
All right, folks, the lights are off on the pace truck. Coming through turns 1 and 2 down that backstretch. Now is the time that you have got to make sure that those seatbelts are tightened and fastened, because it is about to go crazy with 7 laps to go at the drop of the green flag. Can Norman hold off Hassan, Diamond, Trudeau, Dunford, and the rest of this field? Norman's definitely been the truck to beat all night long. But green flag back out in the air. 7 to go here at Lucas Oil. Here comes Dunford looking far to the inside. Here comes the 3 with the big run out of turn 2. Bumper to bumper. He's into the outside wall heading out of turn 2. Can Hassan get back up there to him? Caution's out once again. Toby Kelsey, you just saw him come down pit road, giving up that 6th position, has just brought out the 11th caution of the night. And several trucks involved in this one. We talked about it. Tonight was going to be all about surviving. Well, it's exactly what it's turned into. It did look like there's a truck wrecked up front. The 89 of Trudeau. All the 04 of Wright just loses it underneath them. And then nobody once again hitting the brakes behind him. Up and over goes the 22. The 22 of Zachary Brooks goes up and over. Let's jump inside the cockpit of the 22. Up and over onto his roof, and he is going to come to rest on all 4 tires. About a 10 out of 10 on that landing. But folks, we are truly going to have ourselves a shootout in this one. I don't know if we are going to go overtime racing or not. We just might be. We're going to have to wait and see. Are they going to go to NASCAR overtime? Are we going to go racing with 2 laps left? We're going to have to see just how they count this. Will we have back-to-back races with a 2-lap shootout to end it all? The lights still on that pace truck. We should be going NEXXTCAR overtime racing. But Trudeau still on pit road in that 89 truck. Looked like he was going to possibly come away with the top 5. But man, things have taken a turn for the worse for that 89 truck. Gonna have to wait and see. NEXXTCAR overtime racing here to settle it all at Lucas Oil Raceway. You saw the lap counter. It did not drop to 2. It stayed at 3. We are going overtime racing here, folks, to settle this one. Norman, Hissong, Diamond, Dunford, Bolander, Wright. Buckle them seatbelts. It's about to get wild here for 2-lap shootout to settle this one. Norman, the truck all night long to beat. Hissong wants to go back-to-back at Lucas Oil Raceway. Green flag is going to be back out in the air for overtime racing here at Lucas Oil Raceway. 2 laps to go. Norman's going to slide up. Here comes the song. Here comes the 65. Norman beats him out of turn number 2. Here comes the song. Driving it to the inside. Can't get to the left rear quarter panel. Caution's going to fly once again. Zimmer brings out about the 18th caution of the night for himself. Once again, Zimmer goes around. Just does not seem to realize Branson's on his outside and then just drives it up off the corner. Had plenty of room to continue to run the middle, but instead drives up off the corner. And, yeah, the story kind of tells itself there, folks. But we are going for our second overtime restart. Ronnie Norman is going to have to hold him off one more time here in this one. Norman, Hissong, Diamond, Bolander, Dunford, Wright, Turner, Tucker, Larson, Bocock. Make up your top 10. You see Jeff Taylor in the 11 going to get one of his laps back. 15 drivers on the lead lap. Make that 14 now. The lights stay on the pace truck for one more pacing lap before they shut off. But David Chandler, your pole sitter with the EOL to the back, is going to finish in 25th position as he decided to take that truck to the hauler and call it a night, along with Abar, Don Francisco as well. Emo, 16 laps down, still sticking this one out. Definitely appreciate it, Jimmy. I love when drivers, they might not be having their best race. They might be struggling, but they continue to race and finish this one under green flag conditions. But, folks, the field starting to go side by side once again. The lights are off on that Chevy Silverado pace truck. We are going back racing for the second NEXXTCAR Overtime show tonight. Norman, Hissong, Bolander, Diamond, Dunford, Wright, Turner, Tucker, Bocock, Larson. Your first 5 rows tonight. Can Norman get another great restart? Can Hissong keep up pace with the 6? Can he give him another big run battle to the end of this one? We are going back green flag racing this time. Bolander in 4th. Diamond in 3rd. Don't count them out either yet. Green flag is going to be back out in the air here at Lucas Oil. Here comes the 65. Norman jumps up to the high line to protect against Hissong. Hissong's going to try to get underneath him. He can't get to him, but he's going to get himself a big run out of 2. Heading back into turns 3 and 4 once again. Can we see the white flag this time? Norman's going to lead the field out of turn number 4. White flag in the air presented by HVAC Designs here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Norman has had the truck to beat all night long. He is going to survive late race restarts. He is going to come at through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. He is going to be your first repeat winner of Season 2. He won at Talladega. He now wins at Lucas Oil Raceway. And the 6 is going to go back to victory lane. You can't say Ronnie Norman didn't earn that one, folks. He had to survive some late race implications to come away with his second win of the season. That was a statement win right there for Ronnie Norman. Absolutely had the truck to beat all night long. Led the most laps tonight. Absolutely put on a show and did not let those late race cautions and restarts throw him off his game. And now he is doing victory burnouts on the front stretch here at Lucas Oil IRP. Burn it down, buddy. You earned it tonight. You see him sitting on the front stretch, congratulating him as he is going to burn it down the front stretch here, heading backwards into turn number 4. Doing the Polish victory lap here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Ronnie Norman, your race number 4 winner here in the number 6 Ford F-150. The Polish victory lap around Lucas Oil Raceway, located in Indianapolis, Indiana. Let's go ahead and let's check out your race results here tonight. Ronnie Norman wins his second race of the season with Robert Hissong in second. Mitch Diamond, Phoenix winner last week, is third. Brandon Dunford comes home in fourth. Andrew Bolander rebounds to fifth. John Turner sixth. J.D. Larson seventh. Christopher Thomas eighth. Peyton Tullock in ninth. Matt Tucker rebounding big time for 10th. Jeff Taylor 11th. Steve Bocock 12th. Trenton Branson 13th. Jonathan Wright 14th. Aaron Moore 15th. Cole Larson 16th. Randy O'Quinn 17th. Zachary Brooks 18th. Andrew Zimmer 19th. Toby Kelsey 20th. 21st goes to Nicholas Trudeau. 22nd, Stephen Henning. 23rd, Austin Schultz. 24th, Jimmy Emos. 25th goes to David Chandler. 26th, Nicholas Don Francisco. 27th goes to Alberto Abar. But folks, don't go anywhere because it is about time for your post-race interviews here from Lucas Oil Raceway. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back with your interviews.
I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. Let's go. I don't care what they all say. That's right. I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. Okay. We work hard, then we all play. Yeah. I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So I refuse to waste time, man. Yeah. One day it all will be fine, man. Let's go. Gotta commit to the climb. You know man. We're back with the Guinness, setting records every minute, every track. In addiction to the fact that we're winning, still we lack something's missing. Need a track that is hitting, making racks, making millions. If you ask, that's the mission. I don't waste time, no, I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just waiting, I'm creating. Yeah. Sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah. Ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right. I swear to God that I can drop it, bro. Yeah. I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off as friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone. It's so cold outside. Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way even when I'm feeling down. I fight, even when I don't know what is right. I'ma pick a side and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shake me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside. outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside.
All right, folks, welcome back here to your post-race interviews from Lucas Oil Raceway. Ronnie Norman, getting your second win of the season. You had to survive a crazy one here tonight.
Yeah, definitely had to string a couple of good restarts and not mess up or spin the tires. So I was happy to get that done. I was just happy to be in the lead this time, other than like at Phoenix to be able to control the starts. So big game changer. It was scary trying to hold off Robert and Mitch back there. So I don't know. Just glad it was over with. I was just looking to get to that white flag, and coming out of four, coming to the white flag, I was like, let's just get it and get this over with so we can bag it and move on. So it was a fun race. I don't know how, but I don't even think I had a scratch on my truck all night. So really, really happy about that. So but yeah, no, fun race. I'm more out, and just glad we can finally get our second win, because technically in the first race of the season, it didn't count me as a win in there with that Talladega. So now I finally got a win on the board.
Oh, absolutely. And, you mentioned having to hold off Hasong and Diamond and, two of the best in the NEXXTCAR business. And, Hasong, he was coming those last couple of restarts. It looked like he had a decent run on you on one of them. He was coming to your inside, and then another caution came out. But you had the truck to beat all night long, obviously leading 141 laps tonight out of a scheduled 150. And no one could keep up with you tonight.
Yeah, no, I seen that too on that restart. I didn't know what any of these guys would feel like doing, or if they would try to run a slider. So on that second to last restart, I ran the middle rather than going to the high side on the starts like I usually would. And he got a run coming on the top side. So I think that caution kind of saved me, because he did get really big in my mirror, and I didn't really know what to expect. So and then on that final restart, I was like, no, we're not doing that again. We're going right back to the top. So I was lucky to have a redo, I guess. I don't know how it would have worked out if that would have went green, but yeah, no, that top side was dominant for sure. And even racing in there mid-race, like going into the back of the pack and racing flat down, like that was actually kind of interesting to do, because I mean, you don't really get to do that too often. So the short track like this, and it was kind of fun, kind of weaving through people and this and that. And my teammates were like, "Be careful, man." I'm like, "I'll be all right. We'll get her taken care of." So. Yeah, it was just weird putting people laps down. So it was a fun race, and yeah, no, we'll move on to next week. It's nice to kind of pad some more points to the points lead. So, but I appreciate everybody racing. Appreciate your teammates in the chat. Another HVAC truck in the top 5 with Brandon. So good run for us tonight. And yeah, no, this FanDuel Ford F-150 was on rails tonight. So 141 laps out of 150 was. I don't know what else you can do there. So, yeah, we'll take it, move on, and congrats to Robert and Mitch for second and third, and hope everybody enjoyed the race.
Absolutely, buddy. You mentioned it. That truck was on rails tonight. You were a man on a mission, but coming away with your second win of the season. Congrats on that.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Moving on to your second place finisher, Robert Hasong. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much.
We talked about it with Ronnie. One of those restarts, you had a great run coming out of turn number 2, but then that caution came out. Walk us through it.
Yeah, I just had issues on restarts all night, especially being on the outside, because the leader on the inside, naturally being shorter way around, they just kind of start pulling up a little bit, and they kind of start leaving you. So when you go to accelerate back up and try to stay at 50 for the restart zone, it nabbed me twice in a row, and I was at 50 in the restart box. So I just don't understand the restart zone. It's kind of a headache to say, but yeah, I had a run on them off the top, and yeah, that caution came out, and I wanted to rip my wheel off the base at that point.
Yeah, no, you had a pretty good truck. You started in fourth there, coming home in second. You won here last week, or not last week. Sorry, you won here last season when we came here. You survived the crazy one there. Tonight was Ronnie, but were we able to learn last season and carry it over into tonight?
Biggest thing is track position and staying up front in order to have a shot at it. And I think it was like 40 to go. We got a caution. I came down, got tires, and I had like 24 seconds worth of damage to repair still from tagging the wall off two on that restart. And that added another like 2 or 3 seconds to it. So I didn't repair it all. And just thinking of what it could have been if I got it all repaired. And all I can say is if I would have been a little bit closer, I would have definitely had to channel the inner. I'd had to pull a page out of Dale Earnhardt's book. It would have looked like him and Terry Labonte at Bristol.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, congrats on that second place finish.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Moving on to your biggest mover of the race, starting in 23rd, coming home away in third. Mitch Diamond, what's going on, man?
Hey, man. How are you, man? That was a fun race.
It was pretty fun, especially those green flag laps that you guys had to, I don't remember, after it was like the fourth caution or fifth caution, you guys put together a really good green flag run there, and you're able to pick everybody off there and make your way up through the field and come away in third.
Yeah, I feel like the green flag run was good for everybody. Get some laps under us, and I was happy with how it was going, and I had to use a fast repair when we all got stacked up on the front straightaway and got back up there, and I just bounced it off the wall too many times to be competitive at the end. I was just kind of hanging on, really. But congrats to Ronnie. He really dominated tonight.
Absolutely. You heard Ronnie Norman, he's talking about lapping cars and working his way through there. Well, you had to deal with that at the beginning of the race from 23rd up to 3rd. How was your campaign, getting up there through the field?
Yeah, it was thick. And then as the cautions kind of came and went, you just get one on a restart, one spins out, get another one here, then eventually, before you know it, you're up there,
Absolutely, buddy. Well, backing up that win last week of Phoenix with a top 3 finish. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Moving on to 4th place, Brandon Dunford. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, man, not too much. Just glad to be in the top 5.
Yeah, that quickly turned into a survival race. You started in 11th, coming home in 4th.
Yeah, I mean, lap 68 with Zimmer getting into me. It hurt me pretty bad, so I was having to play catch up. Kind of a shame that a driver knows that he's glitching that bad and doesn't try to pull off to for the other drivers. It seemed like he was getting into a lot of people with that, but we were able to fight back. Me and Ronnie did a lot of talking on strategy on what we were going to do, how we were going to do it, and executed it. So the results show. So the fight getting back, to even be relative was hard. Coming through that pack is it does get thick, and when you're on fresh tires, you're just so much faster. So, but I mean, just so happy with Ronnie being able to get that win. I mean, that truck was on rails. I mean, it wasn't nobody catching him. But just glad we had some green flag runs though to actually show that.
Oh, absolutely. Like Mitch just said, he felt that was good for everybody, and I agree. Everyone was able to calm down a little bit and just focus on the racing. But yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. A couple incidents, involving glitching and stuff like that, and it's not the first time we've had that this season, but unfortunately that's just a part of sim racing. Unfortunately, a lot of things go into this. You got a lot of internet you got to rely on, and like you said, you hope that people have the racing courtesy to drop back and let people go, but sometimes that's just not the way it goes. But way to overcome it, buddy, and come home in 4th.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Andrew Bolander, you had to work your way through the field tonight as well. Started 24th, coming away in 5th.
Yeah, we got lucky. Especially after that pile up in lap 32 or whatever. I got involved in that. Went 2 laps down and just avoid everything else, just like how I drew it up.
Yeah, that pile up on lap 32, I think it took out about 11 or 12 guys were involved in that one. And, short track racing, you don't really think, unless it's like Bristol or something, you don't think about the big one happening. Well, we had 2 or 3 really big crashes tonight that, a lot of that could have been avoided. There's a lot of ARCA braking tonight. But, like you said, you went 2 laps down, but you were able to rebound here for 5th. And, it was a crazy race.
Yeah, probably do it again next week too. Probably getting 2-3 laps down and come back.
Hey, whatever works for you. If you got to do that every race and come home with the top 5, you can't complain.
I guess not.
Well, congrats on that one, buddy.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Moving on to, I don't think John Turner is in here. He is not. Moving on to your 7th place finisher, JD Larson. What's going on, man?
Hey, how we doing, Ronnie? Doing great.
I'm doing good. It's been a minute since we've talked to you. You had a pretty solid race tonight from 19th up to 7th.
Yeah, number 18, DSR, Sick Racing, Monster Energy, Toyota, and American Badass Racing. Yeah, come home 7th. We were hoping for a top 5, but we got into some incidents there throughout the race. Kind of knocked us back, and we were 1 lap down at one point, and we fought back up to get the lap back, and got into a couple more incidents. We had to go down in and out of pit a few times, and the track beat us truck up throughout the night. So we battled back up, didn't give up, and we'll go away with 7th place.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a race of survival, and hey, come home with a top 7 or top 7's got to feel pretty good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep, absolutely. So we'll go away with see where we at. We're walking away with top 9 after tonight and season standings. We'll move on to Bristol, and we'll see what we can do there.
Absolutely, yes, sir. But next week at Bristol is going to be hectic as well, so best of luck to you.
Yep, thank you, sir. You have a good night.
You too, buddy.
Thanks to NEXXTCAR and your broadcasting, and also our fans that tune in each week, to watch the amazing competition. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir. Christopher Thomas started in 9th. You finished 8th. That's pretty consistent, buddy.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, we qualified good tonight, and then just had to keep it up front and stay out of trouble. It was a rough night for a lot of people, but we managed to make it through and keep it up there. Like I told my other teammates, it's like, look, we got to stay in front of like that. We got to stay in that top 10 if we can, stay out of that trouble pack, and where the 90% of the crashes happen, and I was able to do that for most of the night. And that's where we finished at and worked out.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Congrats on that top 10.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Peyton Tulloch, you, while Christopher Thomas moved up 1 position, you were the position that he gained, and he was the position you lost from 8th to 9th. Walk us through your race tonight.
I'm starting to sound like a broken record in the truck series, Ronnie. Just another one of those races that not really any driver mistakes for me tonight. Just wrong place, wrong time all night long. I mean, we're in top 3 and get hooked, destroys the truck. So we go to the back of the field after a fast repair and finally work our way back from the top 10, think maybe we're back in the race, and then get caught up in the next big one. So not really much I could have done tonight differently. That's kind of frustrating, but that's what you get with short track racing. But hey, the good news for me is, I have nothing to lose the rest of the season. We'll just go out there and have a little bit of fun, try to maybe get a win finally. The next 2 weeks are the home track and then a road course, so pretty excited about that. Just hoping that Lady Luck will pay a visit at some point this season.
Absolutely. It's long overdue for you, man, but 9th place, you can't be too mad about that, as it was a pretty hectic race, but still came away with the top 10. Congrats.
Salvaged one, so we'll take it. We'll move on next week. Thank you, Ronnie.
Yes, sir. Talk about salvaging. Matt Tucker, somehow, some way, comes home with a top 10. Those first 3 cautions, I swear you were involved in each of them, but yet here you are coming home in the top 10.
Wait, I'm supposed to be talking to you? Like, I thought I was going to finish like 25th.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought for sure you were back there finishing in top 25th.
I mean, it just goes to show, like, if you just stay in it, like, you end up with a decent finish. I mean, from trying to start in third and then had mechanical issues by my doing. And then I got in the back of Pierce, and that's what caused that one accident. And when I was at the back, used fast repair, and then, involved in that one big melee. Had damage and just tried to salvage the rest of the night. But coming home 10th after, I think, three waiver rounds, we'll take it. Stay in the top 3 in the points.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Congrats on that top 10.
Yep. Thank you, Ronnie.
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and let's check out your season point standings. Ronnie Norman has extended his points lead. Brandon Dunford second. Matt Tucker third. Bo Lander fourth. Trudeau falls back to fifth. But, folks, that is going to do it from Lucas Oil IRP Raceway, as next week it does not get any easier for these guys as they go short track racing once again at Bristol Motor Speedway. These drivers better be ready because last season they put on a pretty good show, and they're going to need to back it up once again here tomorrow or next week. But, folks, that's going to do it for this one here from Lucas Oil Raceway. My name's Ronnie Noggle, and we are going to sign off for tonight. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and good night.